What's up, guys? Facebook Live. So, this week going out on my podcast and my YouTube channel is about self-care. So many times I have got people coming and asking me, like, how did you make it through a cancer diagnosis with your late husband? How did you make it through being a caregiver? How do you make it through being a widow and have hope and happiness? You know, people have looked out at our family for years as how do we survive and get through what we have gone through and have happiness and joy? Because let's be honest, it's hard. Life can get extremely upsetting and it doesn't go as you planned. So many people, right? You think of your life trajectory and it's like, I'm a planner. And throughout my life, it's like, okay, I am going to do this and then this is going to happen and then this is going to happen. And what I really wished for when Clint and I were first married was a garage. And it's like, if I could get a garage, I could be happy, guaranteed. And then bam, I have a baby that's 8 months old and cancer hit us. And it was like, how can we be happy and have cancer? Those two in my world, in my mind, could not coincide in the same sentence. And for years, every 3 months, right? When you go through a cancer diagnosis, every 3 months you hold your breath and it's like, oh, in 3 months I can be happy if cancer's gone, and we got to the point like a year in where it's like, maybe cancer won't go away and we just have to learn how to be happy. And so that's what we did. Very messy and very imperfectly, but we got really good at life not going our way and figuring out how to just be happy anyway. And the key and the biggest secret that I have learned is self-care. You've got to learn to put yourself on your list. If you're not on your list, you're not going to be able to show up time and time again, and you're going to get worn out and tired. And have you guys been feeling frumpy? Like I've been having people reach out going, how do you not feel guilty? Or how do you have the energy to want to even attempt to take care of yourself? So what do? How do you do it? And you just take baby steps. And for me, when I was sad and I would joke, I would buy a lipstick. Because, and if you look at followed me on any stuff, it's like, I'm the lipstick whore. And I've had so much lipstick and people have joked, but rewind, like I have had a love for makeup. Okay. When I was a little girl, my mom is the sweetest thing and she got me started on skincare and makeup. And so I totally loved it. And I had a makeup book in my room and I would sit there and do like different makeup styles, right? And so that just turned into me wanting to have a career and a job in cosmetics. And so I did. So for 5 years, I worked as a makeup artist for Clinique Cosmetics and I loved it. And it was so fun. And it's so neat to see people come in and sit down in my chair and then you spend the time with them and I brush the hair back. One lady in particular, I remember, several of my other coworkers recoiled when she came over and asked for help with her makeup. And, she smelled a little unsavory and she looked a little unsavory. And I just welcomed her with open arms and said, hey, come and sit in my makeup chair. And I sat there and showed her, what products she should be using for her skin and what eyeshadows for her eye shape and helped her with her, especially with aging skin, is moisturization. And so I just prepped her skin and put all her stuff on and everything for her eyes. And to come to find out, she was having a wedding for her granddaughter. So I completely helped her. And at the end, you just saw her like brush her hand off and the hair from the side and just sit a little taller in her chair and just felt so confident and felt the beauty. And that's one of the reasons why I have loved makeup, because it's magical to me. And next week, me and my cute 17-year-old daughter are giving back and doing a live Zoom recorded makeup class. So if you can't make it, we've had several people, they're like, oh, I love it, but I can't make it. We're recording it, so you can go and register, and then we'll send you the link. And then you can just watch it on your own time. But do you want to know, I get asked all the time, like, how do you put on makeup and not be able to see all the wrinkles on your face? Neiska and I are going to tell you all the tips and tricks that I have learned over the years, and my awesome, swaggy, gorgeous daughter who's 17, and she, I guess the lingo is, she's like, people, we can help them have glow ups, Mom. And I'm like, a glow up, huh? Okay, that's new. But if your kids know what a glow up is, and chances are they do, if they're like hip and with it, they can sign up to one household is $25. It's March 13th. And you can grab your buddies, grab your daughters, grab your granddaughters, and it will be an interactive class with questions. And as Neiska said, you can glow up. And I really think like you will light up when you take the time for yourself. For me, especially with a cancer diagnosis with my late husband, it was all encompassing and so draining. And I learned over the years, I had to take time for myself. And just like the parable with, that the Savior gives of the 10 virgins, you can't lend your self-care to someone else when they need it. You can't go over to someone's house who's defeated and who's depressed and say, hey, let me give you my energy from working out. Let me give you my self-love and my oil that I have put in my bucket. You can't give that. Originally, when I was a little girl and I heard the parable of the 10 virgins, I was like, oh my gosh, those other girls are total beasties, like not sharing. Why don't they just share? And then as I got older and, as you sit there and marinate with what parables really are, I completely relate to, you can't give someone what you've invested into yourself. You can't. And it reminds me of a really fun Girls Behaving Badly. Have you ever seen that? So funny. So it's like a hidden camera show, right? Chelsea Handler and LaFonda from Napoleon Dynamite was in it. Anyway, super funny. And Chelsea Handler was like this, pretending to be this rich lady who was doing job interviews. And these people were sitting on their couch and for her job interview. So here she is. It's an undercover camera show. And she's pretending to be a rich lady. And she's hiring an assistant. And she's like, okay, Oprah says I need to write in my journal every day. So I'm going to need you to do that for me. And Oprah said that I should be exercising. So I'm going to need you to exercise for me every day, like lunges and, running and stuff. And so you just see like several people sitting there in the job interview like, huh, and a couple were like, if I do that for you, how is that going to benefit you if I'm working out for me? She's like, well, I can like check it off. Like I can just say that I've done it. It's like, it's comical, right? Because nobody can do for you what you need to do for yourself. Just like the parable of the 10 virgins. Like, you can't give someone your oil. You can't share something with someone that you've invested in yourself. So anyway, self-care has been a huge thing for me. And teaching and helping share my light with others is one of the greatest joys of my life. on my YouTube channel, if you followed me, you know that, I have this pendulum swing where I talk about grief and loss, but then I also talk about how you can take time for yourself. And I've done makeup tutorials on there and have a lot of fun things of my favorites. But for the first time ever, Neiska and I are going to be doing a live makeup Zoom class, March 13th, next Saturday. And you can hit up my website. I will put a link in this Facebook Live. And if you're watching this recorded on my YouTube channel, we'll put a link below. But you can see all the details. But, there's Andrea. Hey, Andrea. Okay, I love Andrea. I totally did makeup on her mom and her sisters. That was a long time ago. Oh, my gosh. So fun. And I loved it. And I hope, Andrea, you can feel that, I followed her family and they've grown with me and my family through the years virtually. And makeup is a powerful tool. And it helps you feel good about yourself when life is hard. And it's easy to put yourself not on your list. And so this way, we thought Neiska and I, it would just be a fun Saturday get-together, low pressure, and when you go to the grocery store with your mask on, you can be rocking some excellent contouring and blush and makeup. So anyway, check out our course March 13th, next Saturday, $25. That's it. A family or a household, so it'll be super fun. We've had a lot of fun people that are excited to do it with their family members too, because who doesn't want to play in makeup and do that? And also remember, and I think, I also do life coaching and mentoring. And one of the biggest things, especially I think as moms, is that we feel guilty when we take time for ourselves. And being a widower and being a spokeswoman for grief and loss, a lot of people feel guilty when they give back to themselves. Why is that? It's hard, right? But self-care is not just optional. Self-care is essential. And it will create happiness. Any investment you make in your oil lamp will just pay dividends for the rest of your entire life. And for me, every day, I get up and I'm so grateful that I have had the perspective of something so catastrophic and life-altering in my life as cancer. I have been blessed by cancer to be able to help the quality of my relationships and my life. I never take for granted what I have, and because I know even breathing how much we're so lucky that if we can wake up and we can breathe and we don't have to carry an oxygen tank. And I'm so grateful for self-care because it has helped pull me through some of the deepest, darkest depression that I had gone through in my life. And if you followed my story, you know that I've been with depression. I've sat with depression and anxiety, and it's difficult and it's hard. And for me, and with science and everything, backing it up with self-care and putting time into yourself, releasing those endorphins, treating yourself with love and gentleness and grace is only going to help. And remember, when you're flying in an airplane back in the day when we could go on vacations, right? What did they say? One of the first things when you get on an airplane? To put on your kid's oxygen mask or your neighbor's oxygen mask? Nope. They say to put on your own. You need to help others first, right? Before you... That is not right. That's not right, right? You cannot help others first on an airplane unless you help yourself. You have to put on your own oxygen mask first. And that can feel selfish sometimes, right? You think, what? The plane's gonna crash and I'm only gonna think about myself first? But if we invest in ourselves, if we get ourselves in a good state, we can give so much more. How much could we give if we aren't giving back to ourselves? And God put us on earth to shine. God put us on earth to find like what makes us happy and what makes us shine, and how can we share that shine with others. So I am so excited to share that shine with you guys next Saturday, March 13th. Neiska and I will be talking about specifically all the tips and tricks you need if you want to put some little self-care into, you know, your makeup skills. And hey, you've always wanted to have a, you know, brow lesson. Where does it start? Where does it arch? Where does it stop? What the heck is contour? And how do you do it? And why would you do it? We got you covered. So check us out March 13th, and I will put a link for more information in my comments. And you can check my website, KamilleBauer.com. But anyway, if you get anything from my takeaway today, remember that you need to empower yourself to take care of yourself. And when we take care of ourselves, we can take care of others, and we can give back more than we ever thought possible if we put ourselves on our list first. Put on our oxygen masks first, and then we can help more people. And that's what life's about, is finding what lights us up and sharing that with others. And so I'm so excited to share that with you guys next week. See you guys. Have a good night.